Day I'm hustling, 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 hustling,
It's your
hustling,
boy
hustling,
Ski.
hustling, 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 hustling. Every
Welcome back to the Matrix. You're not just in the Matrix, you are the Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today, we got ourselves a banger. Megan says, hi. Hi, Devin. As we predicted, we predicted many months ago on how this rally would take place, how the end of it started, how it would end, and where we will be going. So we're going to be going over all of that, where I think that we're going to be headed from here. T13 says we bottom 40 to 41K. BlackRock buying. This isn't like the other cycles. Corrections are getting shorter. That's possible. VLX price prediction, please. I got you. Tom P says ICP. Where do you see that price during the bull run? And DCA up. What price? Thanks. Hope all is well with you. All is very well with me. Thank you, Tom. Welcome in. How is the music on TikTok? We haven't live streamed for a little bit. Let me know on YouTube, on TikTok. Is the music too loud? Is it good? Is it right in the sweet spot? Let me know. Let me know. Out of 10, how is everyone's day going? Quant H bar. I got you. Let me do my little spiel, and then we'll get into your guys' stuff. 10-8. T13 says a lot of people that's doing TA this year will get wrecked since the inflow of money spot ETF could flood in at any time. Well, T13, maybe so. But mine has been spot on. I called out 48K months and months ago. We called out 15K that date, November 8th, as the bottom. We called out this as a local bottom. We called this out as a local bottom. We made tweets out as this as a local bottom. And the feeling, we recognized it. And we said that the end of the rally would be 48K. So perhaps history doesn't always repeat itself. Nothing is forever. Nothing is certain. But me and Bitcoin, you can be certain, have been like this for the better part of 2 years now. 8, 10 with your boy. So me and Bitcoin have been like this. Months and months ago, back in 20K land, we told you that we were going to 48K. We offered to shave our head. Just everyone, I do have hair. There's word around the grapevine that I don't have hair. I have a full head of hair. I just always wear a hat because I'm growing it out, and we're in an awkward phase right now. We called out 38K. We said we would shave our head if we didn't get 38K by December. December came. We got our 38K. My head on my hair is safe. And then I told you the real move was 48K. We could wick perhaps into 51K. But 48K is the real move. We actually got as high as 49K. And then I said that we were going to come back down and back test all of this. Now, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin is bad. That doesn't mean that cryptocurrency is bad. I, in fact, love cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency changed my life. It gave me the freedom to be able to make decisions based off of morals, ethics, principles, rather than money. But what it means is nothing goes up in a straight line forever. And whatever the narrative is, Whatever the narrative is that is popular is most likely wrong. This has been proven to be true time and time and time and time again. Cesar, thank you for the gingerbread man. No. My thing is not working today. Let me try to I thought it was weird. Hold on 1 second. What is it called? My thing's not working. This is gonna be sad if I don't have my whatchamacallits. I'm gonna be really sad if we don't have our little hotkeys. That's gonna be so sad.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
All right, we're good. I just need to open up the app. We're good. Cassidy slept okay. Thank you guys for the follows, you savages. Predictions on altcoin market, please. You're usually on point. Thank you. We're gonna get into that after the bull run. Will you keep any of your profits on stable coins? For sure. What will we retrace to? Next prediction then. I made 85K because of you and I didn't get greedy. Okay, you savage. Way to stick to the plan. I'm very grateful that you made that much money and the party hasn't even got started yet. That's awesome. The party has not even gotten started yet. 85K. Capo calling for 30 to 38K. So I'm skeptical. Even a broken clock's right twice a day, but it's always good to be skeptical. It's always good to be skeptical. I mean, 30, that's just like, okay, so calling for, first of all, I feel like calling for 30 to 38K is such a huge range. A massive range. Like you're bound to be right with that huge, massive range. I called out 48K as my main target when we were at 25K. NGA, a philosopher. Who's a philosopher? W quote. What up, Ski? Where are we headed? All right, we're gonna get into it. Yeah, that's that. I don't know, that prediction is a little bit of a cop out in my opinion, but it's a sound one. If you wanted to be right, I guess. Let's get into it. So alt season now. All right, so Bitcoin right now showing real signs of weakness right now. And not the asset itself, but just technically, nothing goes up in a straight line forever. Bitcoin is up 200% on the year, or over the last year to date. Over the last year to date, so the last 365 days, Bitcoin is up 200%. That is about 21, 22 years of stock market gains. Bitcoin did that in one calendar year. Okay? So nothing goes up in a straight line forever. Right here, this is the main thing that I'm seeing right here. This is a pretty big indicator or a big divergence that's emerging or has cleanly emerged in Bitcoin. On the daily time frame, we're looking at the relative strength. So this shows you the relative strength index, shows you how relatively overbought or oversold something is on whatever particular time frame you're looking at. When I'm measuring the markets, I like to look on a bigger time frame. I like to look on the daily, the 3-day, the 5-day, the weekly, the monthly, etc. Okay? So right now, we're seeing on Bitcoin right now, as you'll see, and I'll just put like a little line here just to kind of clearly define it for you guys. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we're just going to make it nice and big and defined because I'm not going to keep it here. But you can clearly see we had this high on the RSI. We got as high as 90 on the daily. And then we made a new high on price, but we made a lower high on RSI. And then we made a new high in price yet again, but a lower high on RSI. And then yet again, we had a finality of a even higher on price, but yet again a lower on the relative strength. Kevin, this is not pre-recorded, my man. We are live. We're live. All right, so that is like divergence number one. And I can give you an example of something that did this exact same thing. I believe it was on the weekly time frame. I'm always messing with you, bro. You're always getting me. So, if we look on the S&P 500, I think it was the weekly time frame. Yeah. Let me go on the daily. I think it was the weekly. Yeah, it was on the weekly time frame. Okay. It did the same thing before really peeling over. So the price was going up, but the RSI was going down. And this is kind of like some toppy vibes, right? This is basically what it does at the top of the range. When you see a divergence, this isn't everything, but it's certainly something that I'm keeping my eye on. And number two, furthermore, as well, evidence number two, not only that we had this number called out months and months and months ago, evidence number two is that on the weekly, we got as high as 87 on the relative strength. That is very, very, very overheated, especially on a weekly time frame. You don't typically see assets go that high on being that overbought, okay? And if we look on the last time that we retraced, so you have your bull run, your bear market. So let's just like define it clearly. So you have your bull run, right? And then you have your bear market, you crash, just call it 80%. And then you have your retracement, which is the phase that we are, what I presume us to be in right now. We'll change the color. I presume us to be basically doing this move right here, followed by a back test of the prior trading range. And I'm not going to count like the depth of this. I don't think that we're going to go this low, but you'll see that we were at this range for a good while. And then the real bull market starts after that. And that's what everybody really wants, right? That's what everyone is sort of waiting for and clamoring for. What are we looking at? We're looking at Bitcoin. Okay? So let's look at a time when Bitcoin was on the retracement. So we'll look at the other retracements. So time number one was right here back in 2019. Okay, how high did we get? We got 86.5. Okay, how high did we get just now? We got 87. Okay, so that's tick number one. What about this one back here on this retracement? Because it does the same move over and over and over and over again. Okay? Until we get signs that something is different, we have no reason to believe that something is different. Okay? So you have your bull run. followed by your bear market. You're down 80% generally. We'll call it 80%. Sometimes it's 86, sometimes it's 84. Last time it was 77. We're just going to call it 80%. And then you retrace. Bitcoin likes to go to the 618. Bitcoin likes to go to the 618. Everyone thinks that the bull market has started. You back test the prior trading range. We'll make this one orange. And then the real bull market starts. After that, trading sideways for about 6 months. This has been what we have thought all along. I have not deviated from this, not one time. But where was this price at right here? Where was the RSI at? 89. So we have 89, we have 86, and now we have 87. That isn't within criteria to let us know that this is done. Okay, there are real signs to say that this rally temporarily is ready to be cooled off. That doesn't mean that it's a bad asset. I love Bitcoin. I'm grateful for Bitcoin. But it means before the real bull market can start, Bitcoin at a minimum needs to come down, probably I would say to the 382 level, and back test all of this, which would be about $37,000 minimum. But in all likelihood, we're going to get down into here and back test this whole entire trading range. You see, when you have a when we have like all of this trading in here, and then we have all this trading up here, and then we get up here again, but there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. This is going to get filled out. All of this will get filled out. That is healthy. That is exactly what you want to happen. That is a very healthy thing to happen. We don't want it to just go up in a straight line forever, because that means at some point it will come back down in a straight line forever. I do think this year Bitcoin will make a new all-time high. I do think that Bitcoin will make a new all-time high after the back tests. We're going to get somewhere at a minimum of 37,000 and likely into the 32s. We'll be trading like this for, I don't know, 3 to 6 months. And then the real bull market will start. By the Q3 or Q4, I anticipate Bitcoin to be making a new all-time high, above $69,000. When 100K though, 2024, probably Q3, Q4, perhaps Q1 of 2025. We would be testing the first level. You expect a pump in April for halving. The halving, I think, is going to be kind of a nothing burger, to be honest with you. Should have sold at the sale the news day. I put it out, guys. I put it out in the Discord for free. I put it out in videos, many videos. Don't worry, though. You will get many opportunities to sell. You just need to make sure you have a plan right now when things are not fun, when things are not greedy. Have a plan in place now, because just as scary as all of this was to buy, I promise you guys, I promise you, I'm telling you right now, just as scary as it was to buy right here, just as much fear as you felt, you will feel the equal amount of greed in the bull market. It will be the opposite emotion, but you will feel the equal amount. And if you did not have a plan that allowed you to buy to overcome your fear during all of this, during the FTX collapse, you will not sell when we get into the real bull market, because your greed will overcome you. So make sure you have a plan and targets where you're going to take profit. Be okay with leaving a little bit on the table, because you do not need to buy the tippity dippity bottom and sell the tippity dippity top to make a lot of money. You just need to be in the right flavor. Allow the exit liquidity for somebody else. Let somebody else go on the hero mission so that they can brag on Twitter. You just need to have life-changing money. And in order to do that, you just need to be in the correct flavor. You don't have to buy the absolute bottom and sell the absolute top. Just be in the right flavor and you are good to go. That is it. Not me. I'm cashing half my crypto out. Can I still join the Discord? You can. I have a free Discord and I have a paid Discord that comes with the Patreon. You said all-time highs when approved. I did not say that. In fact, my most recent video on TikTok, I said, here's what's going to happen when the Bitcoin ETF gets approved. Here's what will happen if it doesn't. Spoiler alert, it is the same. That is not true. You are confusing me. I have been very consistent that I thought that the ETF was going to be the top of the rally. In fact, no. I'm not going to let you get away with these baseless accusations, because I have receipts. Check it out. December 29th, 2023. Bitcoin ETF being approved will mark the top of the rally and be an epic bull trap. Where XRP price Q4. What do you think the next for alts? The GOAT. Do you show trading signals in the paid Discord? I go over my strategy and I no, that's not what I do. I would rather teach you how to fish. If I sell out today, what price should I buy back in? If you missed, listen, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give you financial advice. Okay? But if you didn't sell at the target, you're probably better off just to continue to dollar cost average, if we're being real here. Because the difference between 42K and 36K, I mean, what are we talking about, bro? If you miss the target, it's okay. It's going to give you more targets. Just continue to dollar cost average. ICT. I heard ICT's a scammer. Doesn't he have like a 97% losing rate or something like that? No, my Patreon is $10 a month. I guarantee you spent $10 on nonsense. It's really because I don't feel comfortable with people just tipping me. I would rather you tip me on my Patreon and I give you a service. The science works. My full course is $10, bro. Most people charge thousands. What's a good start out capital to invest Bitcoin with? Alex, if you're brand new to crypto, just start small. Just get used to the idea of investing every single week. Whatever that means for you. Maybe it's $10 a week. Maybe it's $50 a week. Maybe it's $100 a week. I don't know what your financial situation is, but just start with a small amount and just get used to investing every single week. And once you get used to investing every single week, you will start to figure out that if we have a 10% dip or a 20% dip or a 10% rise or a 20% rise, your life hasn't really changed, and it's okay either way. We see a little during the halving, but not as much. I think the halving's a nothing burger, to be honest. Too many people waiting for 30 to 35. I think it's a problem you can say you never see. Maybe so. I'm not married to the number. I'm just married to a back test. I don't care what the number is. We'll have signs that will come in. We will certainly have signs that will come in. DCA right now, I wouldn't. It's never a bad time to DCA. It's never a bad time to DCA. Had you have, this is the power of DCAing, okay? And I've talked about this, but let's say, let me go on a different chart. This is too much. Let's say you started DCAing right here at $69,000. The absolute worst time to DCA. We all can agree this is the top. This is when brand new people start to DCA, right? Well, let's say you started DCAing there at the absolute worst possible time, which we're not. We're not at the worst possible time. And you started buying $100 every single week. You would have invested about $11,000, and you would currently have about $15,000 in your account. That is like 40 years of stock market gains had you have started investing at the worst possible time. Where do you think optimism will go? Most everything is going to double the pullback of Bitcoin. You think Bitcoin will go below 30K? It's possible. I think we could wick into the 20s, but I don't think we're actually going to like really do some damage. Like as far as like 25, no. It was fun when everything was under 15 cents, right? Thoughts on TA Meta Soul? Thanks for what you're doing. This is my first time watching you live. Appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate you. Appreciate your support. I don't know if we'll pull down that deep, but sure hope so. I'll be able to DCA more. That's right. So just range in the 30s for the year. Not for the year, just a few months, really. And when we have like here's the deal. I'm projecting what's going to happen based on past events. But in reality, there will be signs that show up along the way that I can say like, oh, here's a sign. Here's a check mark for this is the end and we're about to start the bull market. I will clearly and concisely articulate that to you guys along the way. It looks like we're in the disbelief part of the chart. Maybe. Blood is not the predictor. What's conservative price for ICP? 75. And all these hipsters on TikTok will be gone like your money. I don't know, bro. I've been in crypto since 2014. I've been obsessed with crypto since 2018, 2017. It's hard to be gone. You know what money is gone? The actual US dollar is down 97% since 1971. They're like, I don't know, bro. I think crypto's a pyramid scheme. says the US dollar. This guy was around when everything was down. That's right. And I was buying and I was advocating that everyone DCA. I have definitely people that I would consider friends now that were here with me and were DCAing at 16K. So it's hard to be down and lose your money when your average price is like $18,000. I've been in this game long enough. I don't know what this music is right now. How is the music, by the way, guys? Is it too loud? When Bitcoin ETF, that doesn't change your TA on Bitcoin? No, because like it was part of it. I made a video like, here's what's going to happen if the ETF gets approved. Here's what will happen if it doesn't. Spoiler alert, they are the same. That was my hook to my last video. Sounds like I'm in an elevator. Ethereum Classic, anyone? All right, let's get we'll get the dubstep one. It's a little more hype. We got lo-fi right now. TIA. What's too big of a portfolio to handle? I'm up to 25. You're getting close. I think 25 is okay in the bull market, like proper. But what in the world? All right, I guess we're just listening to that. But yeah, I think maybe like 5 to 20 is the ideal spot. 25, you're starting to flirt with danger a little bit. You can't like, possibly know. Here's the thing. You can't possibly know everything about every single coin. Okay, I was going to change the music. All right, we'll exit out of it and we'll bring it back up because it's being weird. I think my computer needs a good restart. But will Wall Street be manipulating Bitcoin price action like we've never seen before? They will be manipulating Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, but not like we haven't seen before. Because, like, here's the thing. The FTX collapse and the Luna collapse was literally because of Wall Street. It's not like they haven't been in this game. They're now in the game offering their services to other people. They have been in the game manipulating stuff for a while now. Literally, Luna collapsed because of BlackRock. They've been in this game for a while. Realistic price target for Near Protocol. Is this too loud, guys? I have no idea what you guys can hear. No? How about on YouTube? Are we too loud? Don't diversify too much. You spread too thin, you won't make money. It's cool. Music isn't loud on YouTube. Is it good, Tom? What's the price of Bitcoin in the next few months, bro? I think we're going to backtest maybe 38K. I think would be the lowest that we're going to go, or the highest that we're going to stay. And then 31 would be the low end. But 35 is 36, 35. That's where I'm going to unofficially start accumulating heavy. I'm still dollar cost averaging because I have my stuff set up on automation. Because I don't bat 1,000. It seems like it. Sometimes I'm wrong, and I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong. And I take action in a way that protects me if I am wrong. So I'm continuing to dollar cost average because mine is set up to just automatically come out. But I have cash that I will be accumulating unofficially at 36K. I'll put it out when we have signs that make me want to really enter into the market. I'll put it out. But notionally, that's what it is right now. How do you DCA? If you're a newbie, I think probably the most beginner-friendly app, I know they get some grief, but probably the most beginner-friendly is Coinbase. And you can set up Coinbase. You can set up Coinbase to link to your bank account or your debit card, and it will automatically buy every single week. Rally over, no sir. Pullback. That's what that means, brother. We're going to back test the prior trading range, and then the real bull market will start. How did Wall Street cause Luna destruction? Because they exploited something that was wrong with the algorithm by injecting liquidity. It was literally BlackRock that did that. I made a whole video about it. Jai says a little too much for me. Jai says I trade Forex. Crypto seems scary to me. Well, you should stick with what you know as far as trading goes, and maybe just accumulate crypto. Do you think we'll pull back to 38K? Yeah, I think that would be the minimum pullback eventually. How long will the pullback last? Not that long. A couple months. It just depends. Maybe a month, maybe 6 months. But I don't think any longer than that. Bull run not going to start till 2025. Scotty, you savage. Good to see you.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Good time to buy, though. It's always a good time to buy if your investment thesis is more than a couple of months. If your investment thesis is a few years, 5 years, it's always a good time to buy. Because in reality, when investing into Bitcoin, what you're really doing, you are placing a bet that governments across the world, because it is a global currency, it is not just the United States, it is a global currency, you're placing a bet that they will continue to print more dollars. They will continue to print more pounds. They will continue to print whatever fiat poo-poo coin that they want to. That is the bet that you're placing. And in my opinion, the first bet that I would make, if I could bet anything, I would bet that tomorrow the sun will come up. The sun will rise and it will shine. That would be bet number one. And then bet number two that I would place would be that governments across the world will continue to print more money. You nor anyone else on here really knows where the price of Bitcoin will go. Well, my friend, I have video evidence that I called 48K when we were at 20K. I, in fact, bet the hair on my head, if we didn't reach it, I would shave my head. I called the bottom on the day 6 months in advance. I called every single local bottom along the way. I tweeted out why this was a local bottom and recognized the feeling for next time. Just go off of my track record, bro. You can go back in history and you can see exactly what I thought about the asset. I don't delete videos. You can go back and look at how I felt about the asset on a particular day. My track record is not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. Rose price prediction 2025. I got you. They need to understand that Bitcoin, it will no longer be volatile. It will dip and rise on Tuesday. So you're saying 38K is the bottom before the real bull market starts? The bottom, Dave, was 15K. I think at a minimum, it's going to back test 38K. And that could be a local bottom. But we could get as low as 30K. Solana will take over. Maybe. Ski. Thank you. And Hill are the best at this. I got ashes on my drink. Listen, judge me based off my track record. I'm not perfect. If you're looking for me for perfection, what it looks like, that's not what I'm here to do. But I have a pretty damn good track record. When do you think the bull run starts for real? In about, I would say 2 to 6 months. In about 6 months, I think Bitcoin will make a new all-time high. Link prediction for the next bull run, about 128. Thanks for replying to my post. You look right now. What did you do for a living before crypto? I was in the army. I just got out. Chance 30K, 10%, 50%, 90%. Ooh. 30K? Like, I would give that like 20%. 25%. Just jumping in here. We going down, right? Yeah, I would say at least a minimum to 38K. Do you think the peak will, of the run will be this year or 2025? 2025. Perhaps even 2026. It's going to be late 2025 or early 2026. When's the next top? Yeah, late 2025. Do you invest in NFTs? No, not really, but I've invested a lot of time in understanding the technology, but I think it's really early. My view on NFTs are, the technology is awesome, honestly. The technology is revolutionary. The technology will change the world on every single asset of life. I believe one day your house, the deed to your house, will be an NFT. Your plane ticket, your concert, they're kind of already doing this, will be an NFT. When you buy a record, it will be an NFT. You're gonna get a ticket from a cop, and it's gonna be an NFT. That is what NFTs really are to me. They're not pictures of monkeys. So it's very, very infant as far as like where we're at in the technology, but I think that the technology is awesome and it will revolutionize everything. That being said, 99% of it is complete nonsense right now, in my opinion. 99% of it will go to zero. I think that the technology will change everything, though. And so it's good to be... You want to be... Okay, so there's a saying. Pioneers get the arrows, and settlers get the land. So you want to be early in something, but you don't necessarily want to be first. Because the people first through the door get the bullets. The pioneers get the arrows. You want to be a settler. You want to be early, but you don't want to be first. So that's sort of how I'm positioning myself, is I have spent a lot of time researching, understanding, so that I can position myself to be a settler in the technology rather than a pioneer. Last bull ran a Batman NFT on Vive for $60 and sold for $10K. Yeah, that's like, are you asking me if NFTs can make a lot of money? The answer is yes. If you're asking me if I think you can safely hold an NFT for 20 years, the answer is no. My investment thesis is not the next 6 months from now or even the next 6 years from now. My investment thesis is for the next 20 years from now. How can the overall market fluctuate on the minute based on Bitcoin? Are you asking me like how they trade with Bitcoin? What are you asking me? How much will alts drop in your opinion? I think that there's two categories of altcoins. There are category number one, which is like Link. So let's go to Link. Category number one of altcoins is like Link. Link is Wyckoff accumulation is complete. It's SOS. These categories, I think, will double the pullback. Whoops. Damn it, I clicked the wrong thing. I think that they will double. They will double the pullback of Bitcoin. And the altcoins, like, I don't even think you can classify Rose now. Rose pretty much got its SOS. GRT perhaps could get rotated. When Bitcoin dips, everything follows immediately. It's because most of the market is on an algorithm. Link will be hurt one for correction. Yes, in my opinion. Link will double the pullback of Bitcoin. NFTs are short term. I agree. Do you think that 55K could possibly hit? Yes, certainly. 55K at some point in time will be hit. What's your price prediction for ICP when it pulls back? What's Sol going down to? Sol has a lot of work to go down because it went up so high. That's what you have to keep in mind. Like, the higher and the crazier and the more euphoric that it went up, there's a yin yang to this stuff. Like, that's what it's going to do when stuff gets bad too. Do you think we will see a small alt season because of ETH ETF? It's very possible. And I think likely that some coins are going to, the whales will rotate profits into some altcoins and we'll have an alt season of sorts. Can you go over both options on your Patreon? Yes. On my Patreon, I have the $9.99 option, and that comes with my full course, my private Discord, access to my portfolio holdings anytime I buy or sell outside of my normal dollar cost average, weekly videos that are uploaded, over 22 hours of lessons at this point, books that have helped me, my story, all that and more comes with the $9.99 membership. And the $53 membership comes with all of that, as well as a 30-minute phone call and a portfolio review as well as an exit strategy for your entire portfolio. So that are the main differences. What is alt category 2? That would be coins that look like Link, but have not gotten the SOS yet. So GRT, in my opinion, is an example. I hate this song. Dude, where have you been? I've been dealing with some personal stuff, but we're done with all of that. We are done. I can speak candidly now. Price prediction for... rally may be over, but money will flow. Be here for profitable trades. For sure. The rally being over doesn't mean that there's not going to be a bull run. The real bull run starts in about 2 to 6 months. Bitcoin will make new all-time highs, minimum of 88K, likely 135 as high as 207. Uh, 10 February is a good time to start rebuy. I think we are at correction phase. I wouldn't be married to a certain date. I would just pay attention to sentiment and price. ETF is garbage for boomers. I agree. Like, the ETF doesn't change my life at all. Not one little bit. I would never buy the ETF personally. I would rather have the asset myself. Is it smart to go through Cash App? If that's the easiest way for you to do it, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. I use many different apps. I think Coinbase is probably the most beginner friendly, but I use a lot of different apps. I use BingX, I use Coinbase, I use Binance, I use Uphold, I use KuCoin, I use a lot of different apps. Those are just the ones off the top of my head. I will tell you, anytime someone Cash Apps me, I just convert it to Bitcoin and I just let it sit there. Anytime someone tips me on Cash App or anytime someone pays me like under $20, I just convert it to Bitcoin on Cash App myself. You guys really want to have fun? 20 plus different wallets. Yeah. Coinbase is the easiest. Yeah, I think Coinbase is the most beginner friendly. If you're brand new to crypto, I'm not affiliated with Coinbase. I'm affiliated with Uphold. I'm affiliated with BingX. But if you're brand new to crypto and I'm keeping it real, I would recommend you use Coinbase because they're the easiest to wrap your brain around. How would you spend 20K? I would dollar cost average that. Maybe 10% at a time. So maybe 2K a month. Or a week even. 2K a month into your top 5 coins. My top 5, or my top 4 is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Quant. So I would have 70% of my portfolio is in those 4 different coins. And then you could have some speculation in there on some mid caps. And then you could have maybe 5% in some small caps. Venture capital. 5% or less. 10% or less. Definitely Coinbase, but Uphold does have its benefits. I've grabbed small caps there. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the deeper you get into this game, that's like, if you look at my phone, I have a folder that says crypto on it, and I have literally 20 different apps on my crypto folder. It's because I use different things for different reasons. I think that there are definitely reasons in which like certain apps are just better than others, and I use them for those reasons. I think that Coinbase is the most beginner friendly. I think that Coinbase is probably the most liquid. If I need money in my bank account right now, Coinbase is like 2 buttons away, and Bitcoin is sold as cash in my bank account. So I think that Coinbase is probably the most liquid, although they're all pretty damn liquid. Out of all the assets that I hold, which is a lot, I hold real estate, silver, gold, crypto, stocks, chickens. Crypto is the most liquid of all of them. And it's not even close. VIA and AIOZ thoughts? I think they're solid. Tell me about Bitcoin, please. Bitcoin is overheated. We've been calling this out for weeks now. I just made a video before the ETF got approved, and I said, here's what's going to happen to Bitcoin if the ETF gets approved. Here's what will happen if it gets denied. Spoiler alert, they are the same. That was my hook. And basically, I said I called out 48K that I'd be selling. 15% of my Bitcoin at 48K. We got the 48K. I hit my target, and I think we're going to come back at least to 38K. Literally no change. What are you talking about, brother? No change to what? Sorry, bro. Not trying to give you a hard time. I just speak my mind. Oh, you're not giving me a hard time, bro. Speak your mind. Ask your questions. That's what I'm here for. What happened with the challenge? Did you lose? Yes, I did. We successfully traded, and we're going to do an update on that. We're going to continue it, though. We successfully traded $10 to $1,000, and then I tried to really push the envelope, and I broke my rules, and I was punished for it. So that's what happened with that. But I did successfully, before basically blowing it up. I think it got to $200 after I got it all the way to $1,000, because I broke my rules and I was punished for it. I knew better. If you're looking for me for perfection, you're not going to find it here. That's what Jesus was for. But yeah, I broke my rules like an idiot, and I was punished for it. I successfully traded $10 to $1,000. I successfully did 100x, and then I pushed too hard, and I basically blew it up. What platform do you trade? BingX. We loaded $500 more into it, though, and we're just going to restart the challenge, but instead of 10 to... Because I don't have the bandwidth to, like, put in that amount of time for $10. It was fun. It was challenging. It was a great experience, but I'm not going to do that again. It was too much bandwidth, too much time for me personally, for what I'm trying to accomplish. But I'll do it again for $500. So I put in $500, and we're going to do the same percentage gain that I've already proven that I'm capable of doing, from $10 to $1,000. We're going to do that same thing, but instead of 10 to 1,000, we're going to do 500 to 50,000. What's the all-time P&L? I guess on that micro account, it's still up. What is that, a 20x? I tried downloading BingX app, but not working in the US. You have to I have a video, my pin video, Gary, is no KYC, no problem. That's my pinned video on TikTok, and I show you how to set it up in the United States. You just need a VPN. What are you training? I'm not trading anything right now. We're just we're doing our normal hangout live stream. You look high. You would be an OG if you lit a blunt right now. I'm not high. Just on life. That's it. What do you think about Bonk on Coinbase? I think that Bonk is really overheated. What are tax implications of trades? I believe it's 15%. I'm not a tax expert. I know it's less than long-term capital gains. It's either 15 or 20% on profitable, on net profit. So if I have, let's say I have a trading day that I make $10,000 profit, net profit, and I have a trading day of net profit of negative $10,000. My tax bill would still be zero. But if I have a net profit year of $10,000, then I would owe, it's either 15 or 20%. I can't remember what that is. But you can offset it with other things. Talk to your tax expert. Talk to your tax professional. That's not me. I believe it's 15% on net profit. You withhold a lot of your profits. I do. Anytime my portfolio exceeds 10%, my main trading account, anytime it exceeds 10%, I withdraw. What are your rules? I broke all my rules. So my rules are on my main account or the micro account, because they're a little bit different. But on the main account, it's never go above 5% margin. Don't chase a loss. Never above 20x leverage. Don't trade when you're bored. Always have a stop loss. Never cancel or move your stop loss unless you're moving it in profit. What do you mean 10%? I've since added a rule that I didn't have before because I have a lot of copy traders. I cannot worry about the copy traders because some copy traders, they get different entry points. And what screwed me up was I was in profit. I had one trade that was really bad. I was in profit on the trade, and most of the copiers were in profit, but some were not. And I wanted to make everybody in profit. So instead of taking profit, I waited. And it never came back around. And then I proceeded to break all of my rules, trying to push the envelope, trying to make everybody profitable. I made everybody lose money. So that was basically the ending. We're going to make what kind of trading is this? I'm not trading. I'm just talking about the journey that I did. I'm not trading right now. We're just going over the market. I need to change this song though. A little bit too much. Let me go to a different playlist because this one's like. I did a challenge trading $10 to $10,000. I did not successfully complete it. I did successfully complete $10 to $1,000. I got up to $1,250, and then I basically blew it up to $200. You never leave more than 10%. If let's say I have a successful day, Caroline. Let's say I have a successful day of trading, and now on my trading account, what is in my account exceeds 10% of my entire crypto holdings. So let's say I have a great day and now 12% of my account is now, or 12% of my entire crypto holdings is now on this trading account. I would withdraw 2% to the main holdings. Short future time. Dave, I'm an investor. I'm not a trader. I make money from business. I make money from my investments. But I'm not a day trader. That's not what I do. I was doing a challenge. When are you going to start your $500 challenge? We've already started it. We'll start streaming it again on Monday. What's your business? I'm an investor. I have a Bitcoin mining farm, rental properties. I'm in the business of investing. I'm not feeling this one either. It's not a business. Where do you hold? I hold mostly on Decent, Ledger, my Zelcore. Those are like my big three, I think. Hashpack. Some on MetaMask, but I don't like MetaMask as much. Those are the main ones I use. Diversification is your friend. How far can IRC come down? Everything will double Bitcoin's pullback. Can you pull profits from large caps and move to mid caps and low during the bull run? Yeah, that's what the whales do. That's where when you hear about an alt season, that's exactly what's happening. That's the whales are taking profits from the bigger caps and they're moving them into mid to small caps. They don't typically go from big to medium like you would think. You typically go from big to like micro or meme coins, and then they go to mid, and then they go back to Bitcoin. What do you think of you already read that. You never leave more than 10%. Yeah, because listen, you can go on a heater and you can go on a losing streak too. I'm talking about strictly on my trading account. Thoughts on SWEFTC? Okay, here we go. So you believe Bitcoin's still going to 35K? Yeah, I do. Trey, thank you for the lightning, you savage.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
Ay. I do. Now, technically, we're still doing higher highs right now on Bitcoin, but we are definitely printing a fat little or a fat divergence. And a divergence is basically essentially these are doing different things at the same time. So this is going up in price and this is going down. The RSI is going down. So we're making higher. So we had the high right here and the price was at 35,000. Then we had a slightly lower high and the price was at 37,000. And then we had an even lower high yet again and the price was at 44,000. And now we've had an even lower high yet again on the RSI and the price was at 49,000. This is a very, very clean divergence on a bigger time frame. And the fact that the market itself is very overheated on a weekly time frame, plus just looking at past indications on the retracement, I think that we're going to come back down here probably into the 35K. We'll still need a lower high. That's right. That would be the next check mark to confirm. We would need to get below about 40.8K. I told you. What did you tell me? What's your stock investment portfolio strategy? It is boring. Deep dip until Tuesday. Yeah. Bitcoin dropping to 30s. Sad crying face. Listen, let me ask you something. If your favorite clothing brand had a 30% sale, how would you feel? Would you be sad? Or would you buy more? If Louis Vuitton was 30% off, if Chanel was 30% off, how do you feel? But why do we have a different investment strategy or a different feeling with our investments? Now, if, say, Louis Vuitton got new management and they started making it out of a cheaper material, or Chanel, whatever, I don't care about brands. I wear my own clothes. These are my own clothes. Yeah, that's different. But is there anything fundamentally different? The answer is no. My alarm's going off. Hold on. Oops. Let me make sure this is right. All right, we're good. Oop. There we go. Whoops. The bull run is still here. Yeah. We're not going to be making a new all-time high for another probably 6 months. Yeah, we're in phase 2 of 4 of the bull run. What causes the RSI to go lower while the price is rising? This is it just stands for the relative strength. the strength of the move. So what it's saying is like the price is going higher because more liquidity is coming into the market, but not at a higher rate of demand. So it's not exponentially higher than it was. Will Bitcoin go below 40K as a dip? Yeah, probably 38K is the minimum. We have the 200 moving average right here. By the time it got to it, you'd be looking at 35K. And every single past iteration, when Bitcoin had a bull run, had a bear market of 80%-ish drops, it had a retracement. After the retracement got to the 618, we then dropped roughly 40%, and I'm not counting the full extension of this. I'm just counting the base move. The same thing happened over here in the prior bull run. 2013 crashed down 87%. I'm just calling it 80%. Followed by a retracement to the 618 yet again. And then you dip 40% and you trade sideways before the real bull market will actually start, as in new all-time highs. So I don't even count this right here. I'm just counting the base move. Bull run, bear market, retracement, back test, bull market. That's just the oversimplified bull market, bear market, retracement. The next thing is a back test, then bull market. What's the all-time high going to be? I think somewhere between 135 and 207,000. I like boring stock strategy. If you don't mind me, you invest into the S&P. Yeah, S&P and some dividends. VOO, VTX, VXY, and then some dividends. And that's pretty much it. I'm not as active with the stock market as I am with crypto. If we drop 40%, that will take us to 28K. Not from the top, it won't. You're talking about right now, but we've already dipped. We've already dipped 15%. So from the top, 40% would be 29K. And 40% is the max of the move. The minimum is 20%. 29.9K on a wick. 35K I think is the real move. 38K, 30, somewhere in there. But we could wick into the 29s. $28K is definitely on the table. I don't think it's going to be a body into 28. But yeah, that's 29.7. That's definitely on the table for a wick. I don't think it's going to live there at very long at all. If it goes that low, it would look like this. That's what it would look like. I don't think it's going to live at 29. But I think the real base move is about 37, 38, 35, somewhere in there. Should I wait to purchase more or DCA? Just DCA. That's the best strategy. CAS prediction. CAS is already maximum parabolic. I think CAS is going to come back to about 7 cents. Could go as low as 5 cents. What time frame is this? This is the daily time frame. This is where I like to hang out. Available. Available for what? Avalanche. Man, my throat. So the problem is that the gains you made with $10 did not please you. So you broke your rules. Yeah, there was no good reason why I broke my rules. There are rules for a reason, and I was punished for breaking them. What's your Chainlink price prediction? About 128. How about Saucer Swap pumping recently? Hey man, good to see you back. VRA. Yeah, about 128. I haven't looked at Saucer Swap in a while, actually. Damn, we're at 7 cents. This is in price discovery. This isn't a bad place to take a little bit off the table here. What were we from the bottom? Oops. Did an 8x. This was one of my top 5 low market caps. I can't really recommend it as a low market cap now that it's like all the way up here. We could get into 11, maybe even 13 before we have a pretty deep correction. But this technically could be the end right now. The 2618. Good to see you. Yeah, I'll probably take a little bit of profit on sauce. I haven't even looked at my sauce in a minute. Apparently I've done an 8x though. You love to see it. ICP, I think about $100. Yeah, I got all the stuff done that I needed to get done. This is day number 2 of the beard growing back. We're not going to shave the beard until we reach 1 million followers. And we're gonna start. Yeah, I have all the stuff done that I need to get done. I was handling some personal matters, but we're done with that. So we'll probably do about 5 videos per week, just updating you guys on the market, the daily market news and analysis videos. We'll probably live stream the hangout videos like this one. We'll say 2 times per week, and we'll do the daily, the trading challenge 2 to 3 times per week. Great live, bro. Teo, thank you. This is a little like too intense. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the schedule for 2024. All of the stuff that I need to handle is done. Yeah, this is over. This is like max, bro. I would consider taking profit. You know, it's very new though. It's hard to like really say. I can't really like give you great TA on this. There's not enough data, but it's pretty high. I mean, if you're up, listen, here's my general rule of thumb. Anytime you 1x your money, take 10% of your total. Okay? That's I'm on it right now, brother. That's my general rule of thumb. So let's say this strategy has made me a lot of money over the course of my years. So let's say I invest 1K into X coin, right? I invest 1K into X coin, and then X coin goes up by 100%, right? And now X coin is now worth 2K. I have now doubled my money. The strategy, I call it the 10% rule. This has made me a lot of money. This has saved me from myself because I too am human. You just sell 10% of this total amount, which would be $200. You have now recouped 20% of your initial $1,000. You keep following the 10% rule until your full initial is all the way out. Once your initial is fully out and you are playing with house money, you have no money of your own that is invested into this. Now you can swing for the fences because you're already all the way out. That is a strategy that I have used that is very simple. It has served me very well. It has saved me from myself. Did you change your stance on HBAR? A little bit. I love the technology of HBAR, and I still think that the technology is out of this world. The supply on HBAR doesn't match though. So there's been a little bit too much supply on HBAR than what is supposed to be right now. And it's simple: supply plus demand equals price. When there's more supply than there's supposed to be and equal demand, the price cannot be as high as what it would have been with less supply. That's just simple economics. So for me to sit here and say like, oh, the price is going to be, $2 would be a disservice because there's more supply now. So it would take exponentially more demand to get it to that price. That doesn't mean I don't like HBAR. It just means that there's more supply on HBAR than there was. Than there was supposed to be. What do you think of ICP? I think ICP is overheated. Can you look at Suki on Coinbase? I missed the strategy. You've been in the lives before. The 10% rule. Anytime you go up 10% or 100% on a project, sell 10% of your total. Keep doing that until your full initial is out, and then you can swing for the fences. I know you've been in previous live streams where I've went over it. What do you think about LimeWire? I don't think about it at all. Hey Jabowski, you the best. I've been having good gains with following you. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Mint logo, Unistat, Moon, NFA. All right, we'll do some future position now. Like for what? Trading? Or like some stuff I'm looking to acquire. You still stand by Bitcoin prediction for the next 4? Yeah, I do. If something changes in the charts, I will come out, I'll make a video and I'll say I used to think this, and I've done this before. I'll say I used to think this, here's why I don't think it now, because this is showing up. But until a new piece of evidence or a new piece of data shows up, I have no reason to think that anything is different. In fact, the more that time goes on, the more evidence seems to be weighing in my theory. What do you think of H&T? I used to love H&T. But they kind of really disappointed me during the bear market, and they really abandoned a lot of their development. I'm still hopeful for them. People seem to be hype on them now that the prices went up, but I don't love that they seem to be kind of like front runners. And what I mean by that is they're only seeming to be around when the price goes up. They only seem to be developing when the price goes up, and that's not like, I don't love that about them. I do have a good bit of H&T, and I was really bullish on this in the bull market, but they disappointed me a lot during the bear market. And I'm not going to forget about it just because they had a pump in price and they started developing again, and they're kind of front running things. I'm not going to forget about what they did during the bear market. That being said, I do mine H&T. I do have a Bobcat miner on my house. So I will say I'm cautiously optimistic about H&T. That's my thoughts in a nutshell. Thoughts on Gala is a lot of the same. Very, very similar thoughts to very similar thoughts on Gala as I have for H&T. I'm cautiously optimistic. They disappointed me during the bear market. And they have potential signs of being front runners. And I don't want to be heavily invested in a front runner. I want somebody who's going to be hardcore developing in the trenches when it doesn't look good. Anybody can front run and develop and wave the flag when we're in a bull market and it's awesome. But I want you waving the flag in the bear market. I want you developing in the bear market. That's why I was so bullish on Flux, Ergo, Sauce, some of my low market caps, DNX, because every single day they were developing. So I'm cautiously optimistic about it. It is a chink in their armor to me that they during the bear market, they really kind of stopped developing as much. And really, at the end of the day, that's who, outside of Bitcoin, all the altcoins, that's who you really need to follow is the developers. What are they doing? Because if your coin doesn't have any developers, you're not developing. Guess what? It's good as dead. It's definitely not over. Institutions sold off knowing it was the best time. I'm not even invested in that shit. It's obvious. Buy the hype, sell the news. Yeah. It's not over as in what? Like, yeah, the bull market isn't over. We're in phase 2 of 4. People think we're about to make a new all-time high, though, and we're not going to for the next probably 6 months or so. I called out 48K as a target when we were at 20K. Video evidence, documented, receipts. I have receipts. I have everything is documented. You can go back on you can look up a price on Bitcoin, and then you can go back in time and you can look up videos that I was making about Bitcoin, and you can see exactly how I felt about it. It's all documented. Do I have a perfect track record? No. If you're looking for me for perfection, I will let you down. But I have a pretty good track record. Are you going to short the shit out of coins after the bull market top? Yeah, I've been shorting coins right now. Because I think we're at the rally top. And I've been saying that. I thought we were at the rally top. I thought this is the top of the rally. And so when Bitcoin, if Bitcoin makes a new low here, stuff's going to come down pretty quick. If Bitcoin takes out, like, sort of the hard line in the sand is about 40,600 and we'll call it 75. That's sort of the hard line in the sand. If Bitcoin takes that out, this is another clear sign of a reversal. As of right now, we're still in an uptrend with a divergence forming, and we haven't taken that low out, so we can't classify it as like it's done. We could easily have one more little wick up here again to like 51K. Like, that's very possible. But it is running out of steam. Bitcoin will definitely pull back again. Bitcoin, yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Bitcoin's been the same price for almost 2 months. It's distributing. I 100% agree. Wyckoff distribution is my bread and butter. Wyckoff accumulation, Wyckoff distribution is my bread and butter. I agree with you. It says, yeah, I bought Bitcoin at 19K because of you and sold at 44K. Let's freaking go, dude. That's what, like 25 years of stock market gains? Let's go. ETH looks bullish. Yeah, no, I think ETH and XRP have a long way to go to catch up to the gains that Bitcoin has made. And I think they will. Yeah, so I have about 28K for ETH, the minimum price target, which I think we already hit. And I have videos on my Patreon back at 2K calling out 2400 and 2800 as targets. So we clearly hit 2400. No, we didn't hit 28 yet, but 28 is my next target for ETH. And then to catch up to Bitcoin, it would be about 3300, which I think it could catch up to Bitcoin. Trade open. I don't have any trades open right now. I like to trade about 1 o'clock in the morning. Thoughts on XRP? XRP, to me, is the winner of the start over of grand magnitude. Some would call it a great reset. XRP, however, listen, if you're wanting a coin, it's like this. If you were in a relationship with XRP, XRP is not someone that you bring back home to the folks. It's not a nice, stable, they have their stuff together, individual. No, XRP, it's like being in an abusive relationship. And it's going to be pain and suffering. They're not going to tuck you in at night. They are, in fact, going to throw you in a closet, beat you, duct tape you, lock the keys, turn the lights off. And if you make it through all of that, then at the end of it is this. then at the end of it is boom. But it's pain, suffering, boring, jealousy, lock you in a closet, duct tape you. You're not going to bring her home to your folks, but at the end, there's a big payoff. But after you have your payoff, that's what XRP is like. They're not going to tuck you in at night. But I do think in the big picture, XRP is the real winner. I've said this many times on my channel. Bitcoin is the true stablecoin when the dust is all settled. And XRP is the winner of the start over of grand magnitude. XRP is trash. Tell that to the World Economic Forum, bro. Tell that to all of the banks. Tell that to all the partnerships. Tell that to let's just play this video. We haven't played this video in a while.
XRP, because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors, former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany, former business director at Swift, former Swift board member, former CFO of PayPal, former head of the DTCC, former chief business officer at Uber, former VP of Amazon, and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they
sound like they're about to drop 2024's hottest rap album? It says XRP is never moving. You're right. It never moves until it does move. And then when it does move, everyone likes to buy the top. This is why I say XRP is like being in a relationship, but they will not tuck you in at night. It will be boring. It will be sideways. They will lock you in the closet. They will duct tape you. They will turn off the lights. But at the end, there will be a big payoff. All that and nothing. XRP has outperformed ICP. Here's a list of coins that XRP outperformed last year. ICP. Let's check Solana. It outperformed Ethereum. It outperformed Almost everything, really. There's a few coins that outperformed it. It outperformed Flux, HNT. It outperformed, like, what are you talking about, bro? It outperformed LCX. It outperformed Gala. It outperformed GRT. It outperformed Sand. It outperformed, did it outperform Link? Let me see. It did not. It outperformed Link. It outperformed ADA. It did not outperform Quant. It outperformed Rose. It outperformed Litecoin. It outperformed eGold. Chia. Like, what are we talking about here? What year? Last year, brother. Over the last 5 years, the NASDAQ? That's not true. I'm not shilling. It's hard to shill a top 5 coin. Shilling would be like Bonk or Elon Nutsack coin. Some coin that is not on the top 100 page. I can assure you, my 35,000 awesome loyal followers, we don't have enough liquidity to move XRP. You're not going to move a top 5 asset. Shilling. Oh. All right, let's see. So what, from 2019? We'll go from the beginning of 2019. We're going to go to the lowest point at 2019. This is 2018. It is up 68%. That, in fact, is a lie. The devil is a lie. XRP did that last year. XRP was 30 cents last year. The devil is a lie. XRP hasn't moved. It was up to 80 cents from 30 cents. What are you guys talking about? You guys just have to sell it when it does that. You have to understand when it has the big moves, it's not going to stay there. Dogecoin has been flat and bearish. It hasn't crashed way down instantly. Yes. The NASDAQ, yeah, you're correct. The Dow Jones? You mean the thing where everybody's 401k is? Yeah. Yeah, bro. Jeez. I calls it like I sees it. Here's my track record. If you're looking for perfection, you're not going to find it. Here's my track record. I called Bitcoin's bottom on the day 6 months in advance. I called every single local bottom along the way with video evidence. I called the breakout 2 months in advance, and I bet the hair on my head that Bitcoin would break out by December to at minimum of 38K, or I would shave my head. I said that the real move was 48K. I said that when Bitcoin ETF got approved, it would mark the top of the rally. Bitcoin ETF being approved will mark the top of the rally in an epic bull trap. I said this on December 29th. If you're looking for perfection, that is what Jesus was here for. It's not me, but I have a pretty good track record. Everyone knew that. Did everyone know that 15,500 on November 8th was the bottom? Because I did. You want a better one? I got a good one for you. Hold on. Let's go back, bro. Let's go back to... We got receipts, bro, for days. Here we go. 9/12/2023. And I was talking about yesterday. So I was talking about 9/11/2023. Let's go to the price of Bitcoin at 9/11/2023, shall we? And then let's read that tweet. 9/11. I don't even need to I know that this is the price. It's right here. 9/11/2023. Jesus, I can't even get it. Right here. This low. We'll zoom in. Here it is. It's right here. This is it. 9/11/2023. What does that look like to you guys? I don't know. I want you to think about how yesterday felt on 9/12/2023. How frustrated everyone was. How beaten down everyone felt. Recognize that feeling next time, because that is what a local bottom feels like. Because this is when the war kicked off. And I said that this was a local bottom. And all the Bitcoiners came out, all the 12K bros, like, oh, here we go, we're going to 12K. And then we proceeded to go up another 100%. Bro, you know how many people... Go back and look. Don't say ridiculous stuff. I have receipts. Go back and look. You're like a Walmart greeter. And I'm like, you're like, I think you stole that. And I'm like, no, sir. Here's my receipt. And you're like, I think that's a fake receipt. It's not. It's not fake calls. I have receipts. I have thousands of videos. Go back and look. Show the receipts of you buying Bitcoin then. I have receipts of me saying. Christy says, I've been falling. He's telling the truth. Path of Enlightenment. He's 100% being honest. Bro, if you missed the bottom because you thought it was going to 12K, just say that. It's okay. All last year, I was making fun of the 12K Bitcoiners. if you miss the bottom, just say that. It's all right. You're going to have more opportunities. It's all right. A lot of people did. You're going to have plenty of opportunities. Do you think Bitcoin might hit 48K again before crashing? Yeah, it's possible. We could get to 51K. Here is like the hard evidence on what will happen for it to be done or for it to not to be done. Because right now we're printing higher highs and higher lows, and we have a divergence. We have lower highs, right? So this is clearly distribution. This is clearly a divergence. The last sort of check mark, if you will, to say this is truly it, is if this gets taken out right here. About 40,000 40,000, what do we got here? 600. If that gets taken out, that is the last check mark. That's it. We're coming back to minimum 38K, most likely all the way back down here to about 32K, 35K. I think that 48K is probably not going to happen again until we get into the next phase. But this is the last check mark that we need. We need to take out this low over here. Because right now it's still a higher low. We'll see 43 first before a drop. Probably. Sam, the best strategy is to dollar cost average. The best thing to do is just buy every single week. If you started buying every single week at $69,000 at the worst possible time, you would have spent $10,000. If you would have bought $100 a week every single week, you would have spent $10,000, and you would have about $15,000 right now. Had you have started buying $100 at the worst possible time, you would be up 40 to 50% if you started buying at the worst possible time. Because Bitcoin, in reality, it has 5% moves like this. It has 5% moves like this. And then everything else is boring and sideways. And Bitcoin gives you plenty of opportunities of boring and sideways. That's where you want to be buying. I buy every single week regardless of price. In addition to that, I have cash from where I sold my $17,000, $16,000 Bitcoin that is on the sidelines right now. I personally will start reaccumulating at about 36, 37K. So in addition to my normal dollar cost average, I also dollar cost average into USDC and USDT. And I buy the dips. Karen needs to calm down in neighborhood. Watch somewhere else. Yeah, facts, bro. Like, what are we talking about here, bro? He's like, I think you stole that. Good sir, here is my receipt. I think you made that up. I didn't. I just got it from the cashier over there. I buy USDC to buy dips. I just said that. Bro, all you have to do is just go back and watch some of my videos. You can look up what the price was for Bitcoin, and then you can see exactly how I felt about it. The evidence is there. I have over 1,000 videos. It's 584. Dry powder ready to deploy. Bro, imagine getting so upset. The guy who was in the other chat. Yeah. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone, bro, especially when you give proof. Join the paid Patreon. I will not provide a receipt. Ha ha ha. Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. If you're looking for perfection, it's not me. That's what Jesus was here for. If you're looking for a strong track record, I have plenty of receipts. Like, I literally just talked about how I blew up the micro account like 20 minutes ago. I did a challenge trading $10 to $10,000. I successfully traded it from $10 to $1,000 and then proceeded to blow it up. I'm not just out here talking about all the wins I've had, bro. Anytime, definitely worth the value provided. You savage. I appreciate you, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
What is it now? It's 200 now. Rod Bender says, hey, what up, fam? What's your YouTube? Yo boy ski. YABOYSKEY. All my links are in the description. Check it out, guys. I don't have a Telegram. I will never message you. Here's some common scams. People will message you pretending to be me. I don't have a Telegram. I don't have a trading bot or an algorithm that that's not something that I do. I'm never going to message you and ask you for money. I will message you back if you message me first and try to answer any questions you have, but I'm never going to message you first and ask you for money. That's a scammer. $10 before changing market. Let's see. What are you talking about? All right, let's yeah, Bitcoin's at 42.9. Yeah, 36K notionally is where I'm going to start reallocating the profits that I bought down here. Because I made videos about a month ago, 2 months ago, that I said I was going to sell 15% at 42.5. I sold 15% at 42.5, and then another 15% at 48K. I sold 15% at 48K. So I've sold 30% of my Bitcoin. I will start reallocating that at about 36K notionally. I'll let you guys know when I do. Trigger Media, in your Discord, do you have video to show your indicators and charts? Yeah, I do. In my not in the public Discord, but in the Discord that comes with the Patreon, there is. But I mean, I do dark mode, I use Fibonacci's, I use Wyckoff, I use RSI. Wyckoff is technically the bread and butter of what I use technically. A lot of what I look at, I'm a social contrarian. I use the 200 moving average, the 50, the 21, the 8, and the RSI. But no indicator is everything. No indicator is everything. To me, though, technically, structurally, the most truth is, the most consistent truth, I should say, is Wyckoff. Wyckoff accumulation, Wyckoff distribution. What you'll find is most people don't know Wyckoff because it's extremely difficult to learn. And so they don't use that. And I think that you have an edge if you understand Wyckoff. How sure are you headed to 31.7? 31.7, I would give that about a 30% chance. I think 35 is a pretty solid chance we're going to get to 35. I think we're going to get to 31.7 though. Again, like notionally, I'm going to start reaccumulating at about 36K in addition to my normal dollar cost average, because I am continuing to dollar cost average. But I have some cash on the sidelines where I sold Bitcoin. I will start reallocating that at about 36K. With my final buys being in at about 30K. Some of those orders may not get hit. We'll be live. So here's the schedule. I had some personal matters that I had to take care of, so that's kind of why I haven't like posted a lot this week. But it's all taken care of now. So we're gonna be live streaming the like normal hangout like this. Probably Saturday and Sunday, I would say. We'll be doing the day trading challenge again, but we're gonna start with $500. We're going to trade $500. The challenge is to trade $500 to $50,000. We'll probably do that Monday, Wednesday, maybe Friday. We're going to do about 5 daily market news videos that I'll upload on YouTube and TikTok per week. And then 1 how-to video per week. So if you guys have suggestions on things that you want me to teach you, just comment it on my videos, like how do you do this, how do you do that. Let me know, and we get enough likes and comments on it, I'll make a how-to video on it for you guys. What platform do you use to trade? I use BingX, but realistically I am an investor. 90% of my portfolio is just accumulation and dollar cost average. I'm doing a trade as a challenge. Thank you for the 2024, you savage.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Great live tonight. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Chris says, approximately what time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, YouTube, great live tonight. Thank you. It's probably going to be about this same time because I like to trade at weird times, to be honest with you. I like conventional wisdom, and this is my whole thing. I don't like conventional wisdom for financial stuff. I'm a social contrarian. That has served me very well. That has served me very well throughout my investing journey. But conventional wisdom would tell you that you need to be trading at 9:30 Eastern time. You need to be trading the open. I don't buy that. I like to trade at like 1 a.m. my time to about 4 a.m. my time. Because I think I'm going against algorithms. I'm going against other retail investors. I'm not going against the LeBron James of trading. I'd rather go against algorithms and other retail investors and not the LeBron James of trading. Because the LeBron James of trading, they trade at 9:30 Eastern time. Maybe you could beat them. But if they're a pro trader doing it full time for a living, I can assure you they're going to win long term. So that's what conventional wisdom says. Like, oh, you got to be trading at 9:30. I like to trade in the middle of the night because I think it's way more algorithmic. Thank you for the tiny diny, you savage.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
What do you think about the Paula digital ID? I don't... What? I'm not really aware of that. Is this like a country that's rolled that out? I mean, that's it. That's eventually where, like, there seems to be a real effort to put us on that standard as a collective. And I think that, you know, there's a lot of great things about crypto, and then there's some things that are not so great, like that. I'm not a fan of that, but I think that that's where we're headed. How long do you expect it to take for 500 to 50K? It takes as long as it takes. What blew it up last time from going from $10 to $1,000 is me pushing. When I was patient, it was growing slowly, surely, steadily. When I started pushing and trying to make sure every trade was right, that's when I lost. That's when I broke my rules. So I'm not going to do that again. It takes as long as it takes. It's like, how long does it take to cook rice? It takes as long as it takes. What goes on in your Discord? Just join. We talk about everything. Sometimes I host fights, pay-per-view fights. I try to give back to the community. That's the free Discord. And then on the the Patreon Discord, it has all of the books that have helped me, all of the trading videos. Anytime I buy or sell outside of my normal dollar cost average. Gotta wait for the setups. Yep, that's right. Don't force it. A digital ID that allows you to trade on all exchanges for $248 a year. In what country is that? I don't like that. That's icky to me. That's icky to me. But I think that's where we're headed, though. Well, that one's out. The island nation of over near Australia. Yeah, Australia's kind of on some wonky stuff. All you need is a VPN, brother. You should be able to do all that stuff if you have a VPN. Do you think Bitcoin will bounce here or go straight down? I don't think it's going to go straight down. It depends. Like, you know, this seems like it has more steam than the last couple of times, but realistically, we need to get below this target right here. If we get below that, even a dollar, I'd be willing to say that it's going to go pretty violently to the downside. Maybe not necessarily in a straight line, but pretty violently. Yeah, it's hard to. But right now, like I said earlier in the live stream, we are higher lows, higher highs. We're still in an uptrend. Until we take out a low, you can't really say that something is different. So, do you know about IoT, Internet of Things, and the Internet of Bodies? Don't. I'll do some research on that. But yeah, we're gonna end it here. I'll be live tomorrow. Probably in the morning time frame, my time. I'm not gonna message you guys. I will message you back if you message me, but I will never message you and ask you for money. I don't have a Telegram. Those are scammers. I don't believe in trading bots or algorithms. Those are scammers. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We're live on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube right now. If you want to get access to my full course for $9.99, not $9,000, not $900, not $300, not $400, for $10, you can access 22 hours of lessons, plus books that have helped me, access to my portfolio, all that and more, and you help support the channel. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Peace, love, prosperity, God first, God bless. I'm out.
Damn hustling, 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 hustling,
It's your
hustling,
boy
hustling,
Ski.
hustling.